How many of you have ever experienced trials and tribulations? That's an easy question to answer, right? All of us. It's a big part of what it means to be human. Now, here's a different angle to that question. How many of you truly believed that God was at work through your trials and tribulations? Maybe a different answer, right? You see, the Apostle Paul actually has a profound answer to that question. You see, when we look at Paul's life in the New Testament, we can see what an example of living a life full of trials looks like. You see, it would have been easy for Paul to keep following on his path away from God and continue living his privileged life. Instead, Paul becomes a Christian and is persecuted for his faith in Jesus. In 2 Corinthians, Paul is writing to the church in Corinth about living a life of perseverance. And he says something interesting. After going into detail about being struck down but not destroyed and other images of trials, he says, death is at work in us, but life in you, with you being the church in Corinth. See, God didn't allow Paul to go through sufferings for nothing. He recognized that because of the bad things that Paul had experienced, he was better able to give life to others. And then the next verse after that, Paul says, I believe and therefore I spoke. He had faith that even through it all, through his suffering, God was at work in his life and his situation, and therefore he spoke. Maybe you're watching this video and you are going through some awful things right now. Maybe you are lost and you feel struck down, destroyed. My encouragement to you is to know that the God of the universe is at work. He is with you. And that if you let him, he will use your life, use your story, use your hurt to give life to others.